I'm not pushing off my friend. I'm letting him know that I've got some things that I have to take care of today.
Is that like priorities?
It is like priorities. Yeah. So this is a work day for me, and I've got to get work done. Okay? You guys have all done that. You've all gone to school. Doesn't matter if you're in grammar school or in high school. Right? They said, hey man, this is due this day. Right? What's everybody do?
Wait till the day before, the day of.
The day of, day before, staying up all night, doing whatever you got to do, you know. That's not the way to live. Right? Live with intent. So same thing with the goal of 125,000. Let's move fast forward 10 years from now, right? And let's just say that it's March 1st, 2026, right? It doesn't seem that far away, freaky. It's really weird to say 2026, right? But it's not that far away. And anybody in this room would tell you that's lived longer than most of you that life goes like this. If any of you have kids, you know how fast that goes. You know, they just came out, now they're running around talking, right? What happened? And then pretty soon they're gone, and then they're having kids, and the next thing you know, you're in a rocking chair. It's like, what happened? Right? So if you don't live with intent and you're not intentional, nothing's going to happen. He wants to be an EMT. If he doesn't go through the classes, he needs to do that. Big deal. Anybody can have a dream, right? To live your dream, you have to be intentional. Anybody can say, I want to get a driver's license. Anybody can say, I want a house. Anybody can say, I want to be a rock star, a movie star. Anybody can say anything they want. But you've got to do what you want to do so you can have your be, do, haves. So you got to be intentional every day. And that's why goals are important, and setting those goals are important, not for us. Man, it doesn't matter if you fill this out and it's meaningless. It's just a piece of paper. But if this means something to you, and you chase your dream, then it's something. So we could save $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year, right? And in 10 years, that's going to be $12,000. You'd have a down payment with $100 a month. But you'd have to be intentional. Because what happens with your friends? Hey man, let's roll down to the beach this weekend. You know, that's my saving. You don't have to tell them, but that's your savings money. I don't know, right? But let's say you do save up for 6 months. And you've got $600 in the bank. And then they say, hey, let's roll down to the beach. You say, you know what, I'm going to celebrate. I've saved this money up. And yes, I'm going to take out $75 and we're going to go down. I'll help out with gas. We're going to have a nice meal. We're going to hang out at the beach. We're going to come home. And you can celebrate that. But you're the one driving it. You're living intentionally. You're the one paying attention to what you're doing. So if you backtrack from your desired goal, and this is what each one of you need to think about. What do you want to do? What do you want to be? What do you want to have? And you have to think about 10 years from now, but you also have to think about a month from now. You have to think about today. What do you want to be, do, have today? If you're in a relationship today that is dragging you down, you have to question that relationship. Do you want to be in that relationship? And if you don't want to be in it, what are you doing in it? And some of the relationships could be even with your biological family members, could be with an ex-foster parent, a mentor, anybody. Could be with somebody you really love. But if that's dragging you down, man, why are you in it? If they're not living intentionally and not moving towards a goal that you need to have, then why are we hanging out with them? Right? And that's in every area of our life. School. Really, what do you want to do? Why do you go to school? Are you just going to school just to go to school? Or are you going to school for a reason?
For that money.
For the money. So you know, and you've figured out that the higher education you have, the higher your pay is going to be. Unless you get a skill. Right? So if you get a skill, you may not have to go to all the schooling, but that skill will move you forward. That's the difference between a job and a career. Okay? So again, an EMT is a job-focused thing. A mechanic is a job-focused specific thing. Being a barista, a specific thing. Working in the food industry, very specific. Sales, very specific. So those are careers. You could sell washing machines, you could sell cars, you could sell anything. But you have to work towards that. You have to live intentionally to go, okay, I'm going to become a better salesperson. Take the classes, go online, get on Google, get on your phone. Don't just use your phone for, world hip hop videos about people fighting in an alley. Go learn something on your phone. Huh? What?
Nothing.
What do you know about that?
That's what I said. What you know about World Star?
So, but use your resources to move you forward, because otherwise you're just going through your day. And you see people playing on their phone all the time. Just think if people used their phone to chase their life and be intentional as much as they did in social media, Snapchat, hanging out, talking, listening to videos, watching stuff. What if you just spent half of that time improving yourself? Right? You probably know Spanish, German, what some other language you want to learn. You probably know more about something. You know recipes for food you want to make. You know things because you're investing in yourself. So when you look back at this stuff, let's remember that it's your life we're talking about. Yeah, we don't care if you have a form in your file. That's not important. This is, it's nothing. But it is something if it's meaningful to you. So if you're going to be in THP, and you're going to be in choices, take the time to really think about who you are, what you want to do, where you want to go. Because now is when it makes sense for you. 5 years from now, you know what, man? Your life's going to track out. It's going to track out with the 5 people you're hanging out with. You're going to end up looking just like them. So pick who you hang out with. It's going to track out with the stuff you do and the stuff you invest in. If you kick back all day and don't do nothing, you're going to get anywhere. But if you live intentionally and start climbing that ladder towards whatever that goal is, whether it is a driver's license today, or it's a good relationship, or it's being a better parent, or it's learning more about how to maintain your car or your house, life skills, or it's personal skills, how to become a better decision maker, how to problem solve, how to listen, how to learn, to increase your writing ability. I was talking to somebody in this room and they were talking about, man, I want to write better. I can write, but I want to slow down and write better so people can read. Y'all, I'm 48 years old. I couldn't read my writing last night. I wrote something down. I was like, I showed it to my wife because she's pretty good at reading my writing. I was like, what's this? She said, I don't know, stacked salmon? I'm like, who would write about stacked salmon? This clearly isn't what I wrote, but it was like some weird thing we were doing at a class, and I don't even know what I wrote. So I would love to be able to write better. But for me to do that, I would have to slow down and take the time, be intentional, so that people can read what I write. And these guys all tell you that. I pass them notes. What's this even mean? He's got his own language, right? Turn it in for prescriptions. So backtrack from your goal, that middle section there. Figure out where you want to be. You see that? No one knows how to be married until you're married. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know. You start driving that car, it's one thing, okay? You get your driver's license, great. How about you got to drive to San Diego for a job interview, and you got to go down the 405, and that road, the lanes are closed. So you've got to go up against the railing with your car right here and cones right here, right? You don't know that that's going to freak you out until you're in that lane. And you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to go to San Diego, I quit, right? Because you're so freaked out. But you don't know that till you get there. Same thing if anybody here's had a baby or is a dad or a mom, you don't know. People tell you all the time, oh, having a baby, somebody tells you, oh, it's easy. Somebody else tells you, oh man, you're going to die, right? Well, you don't know until you're there. Right? You don't know until you're faced with that moment. So what I'm telling you now is don't worry about all the details of it. Worry about getting involved in it. Don't stop driving because you're afraid of the wall. Don't stop being a parent because you don't know how to be a parent. Learn and grow in all of it. Take little steps. Learn how to drive around a wall here where nobody's around. Don't rub your car up against it, but you know what I mean? Be focused and intentional that I'm going to get better. Could be parallel parking. I mean, if you don't practice that now and then you're trying to go see some concert you want to go see in another city and you're just doing laps, you miss half the concert because you can't find a space, right? Or you get a ticket. Instead of learning to be intentional and go, I'm going to learn and master this skill. And that skill could be anything that you're focused on. So let's look at these in the middle, right? We discussed success being a fluid concept, meaning that it flows around. So success for one person is success for somebody else, not so much. It's your purpose. It's what you focus on, you want to do. It could be being a good parent, being safe and in a loving relationship, making a certain amount of money, completing education, getting a certain job. All those things in the 4th paragraph we discussed. That's stuff that you're focusing on. So the next one in by itself, whatever your vision of success is, your be, do, and have, it takes goals to get there. Now we put down here at the bottom, goal setting steps. And Laura's going to bring down some forms that help you with this. So it's a powerful process for thinking about your ideal future, motivating yourself to turn your vision of that future into a reality. Okay? So I got a scar in my neck, right? December 7th, had surgery. They went through my neck. cleaned up some bones, some vertebrae, took out a bunch of my neck parts, put in some other stuff in a cage, and then put some bolts into my neck. Okay? So that is a process of healing. I love to exercise. I love to ride my bike. I like playing soccer. I like getting out and being active. I can't do anything. And for the most of last year, I couldn't do a lot of stuff because I was limited because of pain. So now, right, this arm is smaller than this arm. This muscle here is completely smaller than this because it's almost died from nerve damage. Right now, it freaks me out because I'm starting to feel better. It's sunny outside. You want to go do something. I can't do anything. I'm still on restrictions, can't lift more than 15 pounds. I want to pick something up and lift it, but if I do something wrong, I'm going to damage what was in here. So I have to be very intentional. I hang out with people who like to exercise, go do stuff. They're all, come do this. I have to say no. I don't want to say no. I want to say yes. I want to go jump in. I want to go mess around. I want to go do crazy stuff. I want to have fun. I want to live my life. But right now, I have to be intentional. Otherwise, my later is going to be disabled. If I jack up my neck and my spine, I could not be walking or talking or doing a lot of things, right? So I have to live with intent. Sometimes your goals help you say no. Just like we talked about the guy in the parking lot. My goal to clean the lot would tell me to tell my friend, no, I can't talk right now. And you're going to have to tell people in your life, no, I can't do that right now. Let's hang out. Man, let's go down to the club. Call in sick tomorrow. No. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do what I have to do to move me forward. You know what? I'm off Friday. No, let's hook up then. Don't live for whatever you have right now, this moment. Live for your life. So for me, I have to watch out with this. I don't know what I don't